Here's another update. It is very into March, and what I was doing was, so my transformers were over there, a wire runs up here, comes down, and here is a great place for me to put my power, because I could put one on the outer loop here, and the inner loop here and here, and that is halfway between the entire layout, which was a pretty good spot. I noticed with some of my locomotives, when they're coming up this grade, right in this area, they really, they start to stutter and stuff. And I will be 100% honest, I don't know what the issue is. It's not all my locomotives, so I don't think it's continuity, because if it was, all my locomotives would have a problem. But maybe it is, because maybe it's the weight of the locomotive, or the way it's putting its weight on the rails is causing a joint or whatever to lose conductivity and is causing a little bit of stutter over here. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. So what I was going to do is put, instead of having, so when I have a connector here and here, and what I was going to do is tap into that and put a connector way up there as well, just to make sure there's 3 points of continuity in the track, one here and way up there. That area I've never really had too much of an issue with. So I could also put a leader that way. I might even do that. But you're probably asking, well, okay, you just showed us running your trains in the last video. What's going on? Well, as I started messing with this and everything else, I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the new wire underneath the track, so it's nice and hidden, and I was going to run it up this way and connect it to the tracks up there. As I was doing that, I started getting this little claw out and loosening up the soil. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to refresh it. I'll take off the top layer, put some new gravel down, and call it a day. Well, I started digging, and long story short, I hit a rock, and I don't remember those being there. They had to have been. I had to have known about them when I put in the original layout, but for whatever reason, I had forgotten about it. And there was a rock. No joke. That's it right there. It's like the size of a soccer ball right there, just buried there. And when I originally built this layout, I remember there was an issue where, I thought it was the tree branch or the tree root was at a certain height, and that wouldn't allow me to put this outer loop any lower than I had it. Well, flat out, I was wrong. It was this rock or something, because once I got that rock out of there, I was able to dig quite a bit lower. And so now my goal is to try and dig out even more here, and then dig it out to about right here where it's finally going on the path. And this slope, the outer slope coming up to here, it is a slope, but it's pretty gradual. It's pretty doable. So my hope is, this is the worst part of my layout. If I can regrade this, then I, in theory, should have a really nice level grade. And so that's what started this whole thing. It's the classic, I need to change a light bulb. And, I think it was a Malcolm in the Middle skit where 40 minutes later it shows him working on his car. And it's just like one thing leads to another. And so what I did was I started digging this out. And this is where I had stopped previously. So I put some new gravel down here and whatnot. And then it just was dirt. And I'm like, Scott, if you're going to do it right. So I dug down, I put the pavers here, I put some bricks here, because there was always this issue with the low rail and the high rail. I don't want to have any erosion or whatever, so I put the bricks and pavers here to this point. I might continue a little bit more over here, or I might just switch it to gravel for the rest of this going up this way. But I'm knee deep in the middle of it now. I've dug out the dirt, I put the pavers in, and I'm like, well, let me get my camera, take a video of this so you all can appreciate just how much effort I am putting into this choo-choo train layout. It's one of those classic examples where if I had just done this right from the get-go the right way, it probably would have been a lot better. But you live and learn, right? And I dare you find anybody who the very first outdoor layout they did was perfect, unless they literally just paid somebody else to do it for them. So I am learning, I'm making improvements, and yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. So I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to start clearing a little bit more of this out, try to get the outer loop connected and see how much lower I can get it. And maybe I'll do a summary video later and show you what the results were like. All right, I've been working all day long, well, at least a couple hours, feels like all day. And here's what I've got. So last time you saw it, the pavers were like right about there. I have the pavers going all the way up to the top now, up to there. I'm gonna put a landscape barrier or wall right here, but don't have the tools for that yet, so have to do that later. Testing the locomotive to see if it's working, and clean the track. Right now, the only power connection I have to the set is right there. That's the only one, and it seems to have perfectly fine conductivity, but not today. But I'm still going to do the 2 points here and here for each inner and outer track, and then I'm going to leave that one up there. So just to make sure it's got plenty of power while it's going up the grade. I was able to lower this. Wasn't as dramatic as I wanted, and I adjusted this a little bit too. So this is the high point right about here. So it goes up, and this is the highest point, and then it comes back down. It is better than it was. It is better than it was. Is it going to be a huge difference? I don't know. Going to have to run some of my larger trains and find out.